Hello. How are you this evening? Happy Saturday. And it's hot and steamy. Oof. There, get my iPad going so I can glance over and check for any comments as we get into this a little bit later. Boy, it was a warm day today. I spent most of the day inside, thank goodness. I did go out right after supper, though, to fertilize and water my plants, and I think they were happy to get a little water thrown on them. So, it's been a warm one, that's for sure. Can't stand this light. Hi, Nancy. How are you this evening? We are pretty warm. The heat index is over 100 and it's very humid. Temperature was in the upper 90s today, and it's supposed to be that way tomorrow and I believe Monday as well. So there's going to be some days of staying inside and trying to stay cool. We have not broken down and turned on our AC yet. The house felt pretty comfortable most of the day. In fact, when I was downstairs during the workshop this afternoon, I had to put my sweater on, and I had a prayer shawl over my legs because my legs got cold. It's always colder down here in the lower level of the house than it is upstairs. But even so, I don't know. My husband has a problem keeping heat in his body, so he likes it warmer anyway, and I'm just going to suffer along with him, I guess. Hi, Rhonda. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining on this warm Saturday night. So I am excited to show you what we made this afternoon during the what was it called? Creativity. Oh, I've lost it now. Creativity something or other. Where we use that blue set that's called let's see, the stamps are Peace on Earth of DSP has got a different name. Beautiful, beautiful set. Yeah, sometimes the rain doesn't cool things off. It just makes it worse because it gets so humid. We're supposed to get rain on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and sounds like thunderstorms and possibly some more, I don't know, winds and what have you. I don't know. They haven't told us too much yet, but they said that we could possibly have some storms that could cause some damage. So I hope not, because we've had enough of that up here. So I hope that, thank you, Rhonda, for sharing. I really appreciate it. When you share, that helps me. Even if the people that you share it with don't pop on, it still helps me get my videos out further, I think, in Facebook land. So, as again, I'm going to do all my announcements at the end, and so that we can get going and do the stamping to begin with. If you are watching this on YouTube, because I will go ahead and pop this on my YouTube account, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe so that you can see when I put videos on. And we will do drawing tonight for the cards that we made on Tuesday night. And the cards tonight, we will do the drawing this coming Tuesday for them. That way, if you're watching the replay and you comment, I will also add you onto the list for those that would be eligible for the drawing. So without further ado, I think I'm going to turn the camera down. I know there's only a couple of you on, but that's okay. I think we'll get started anyway. So let me flip the camera down. I think I've got it. Looks like there's a shadow. There, that's better. Needed to twist my ring light a little bit. Okay, these are the two cards that we made on Tuesday night, both pretty. And I like this one so much, and I made another copy of it because I thought if that was the one that's chosen for me to mail out, I wanted to have another copy of it so I could keep it, put it on my board of that I keep two big foam core boards with little clips on them that I display all of my samples so that when I have ladies come over for any of the workshops, they can see what the newest things are and what I've made with them. So let's see who wins tonight. Number 5 is Nancy. So you can choose one of these two, and I will send it to you. Let me know which you would like. They're both birthday cards. This is the one that's older but not wiser, and it has the happy birthday and here's to another year of questionable decisions. And this one is happy birthday, and then it has the spring corners wishing you an amazing day. So either or. Thanks, Nancy, for sharing. I really appreciate it. Do you have a choice? Just let me know. And don't say flowers, because they both have flowers on them. I'm going to set those aside, and we're going to get kind of started. Hi, Pam. Welcome. What does the one on the right say? Okay. The one that's got the vase says happy birthday on the front. The inside it says wishing you an amazing day. I've cut out all these little tiny little flowers, and I don't know if I'm going to use them or not. This afternoon, after I got done with the workshop, I looked at the card that I was going to make, this card that I was going to make tonight, and I wasn't sure if I liked it because I had put a bunch of these on the front of it and, instead of embellishments. Okay. Okay. I will send you that card, Nancy. All right, we're starting out with a piece of soft sea foam, 8.5 by 5.5. We scored it at 4 1/4. And then I have a piece of garden green. If I would have had some silver specialty paper, I would have used that, but I am plumb out, and it's on my next order to go in. So we are going to use garden green, and this is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And I think I'm just going to glue this on right away so we have that one less piece of paper floating around on the table. And this is going to be a landscape. Directioned card. Okay. Then, let's see. These two go on the inside. We will leave that out. And if you can see on the corner of my desk, I have got my heat gun sitting here because we're going to do some embossing tonight. It's been a long time since we've done any embossing. All right, so we are going to take this piece, which is 5 1/4 by 4 inches, and we are going to use that embossing folder that goes with this set. There, you can probably see it much better that way. And I'm going to line the top up with this line here. like so. Oh goodness. Wonder how long that was open. And I'm going to bring this over and we are going to put this in. This is not a 3D, so you don't have to have that number 2 piece out of the sandwich. Just leave it on. I like this embossing folder. It is really nice. All right, I'm going to get this set up because we've got to do, I think, a little bit of die cutting. Okay, so makes a really soft, pretty little design on the paper. And that's going to go on the front. And then let's see, how should I go about doing this? Maybe we'll start with this. We are going to lightly put some 2 colors on the front of this. Balmy blue and soft seafoam. I'll start with the balmy blue. Let me get my little piece of paper. Balmy blue, Jean, not the green. And I just ever so lightly want to add a little where the sky would be. In fact, you may have trouble seeing it even once I get it on here, because I want to keep the color really soft. I know it looks like I'm going all over the place, but I kind of do that when I'm trying to make it look like there's clouds in the sky. Leave some open spots that are white. I like to get down in there between the flowers if I can. Slightly. There, can you even see it? Maybe you can. Bring it up to the light. I like to get it a little bit closer to the, there. Okay, that's good enough if you ask me. Now we'll take the soft seafoam. And we're going to repeat the same thing over the bottom here, just to give it a slight bit of green. I think I need to re-ink this ink pad. It's getting very light and getting harder to pick up ink when I'm doing any brushing on here. But in this case, I do want to keep it on the lighter side. This will be a very soft and dainty card. There. Just ever so slightly. A hint of green. I think I can put this away too. Oh, I can't get to it. Okay. So now I am ready to start doing a little embossing. we are going to emboss this. We're going to emboss the inside. And I'm going to show you how I did. I've actually done the flowers. I cut out 2 of these, which I want to use. And we're going to do a little embossing on that, if you can believe it. And let's see. We're going to use the silver. Got my tweezers, my Versamark, my embossing buddy, and a couple of stamps. Alright, so I'm going to do this here, and then here, let's do this. Now I'm just going to kind of get these flowers. Okay, should be good enough. Now, for the flower, I liked this, the medium-sized daisy, I guess, and I'm just using the detailed stamp, not the whole color. So I'm just going to stamp this down. Okay, that's one. Put this aside so I have access to my embossing buddy. We are going to stamp thanks on the front. I got to get this down a little bit. Oops. There's that one. The inside I'm going to do for being there. I'm going to take this off so I don't have to run into any problems with it putting anything extra on there. Yeah, looks right. All right. Let's get these guys. I am just going to, hopefully you can see this, I'm just running them, the tips, across of the petals across my Versamark, just to get some of that stickiness on there. Okay, cover this up, and let's start sprinkling. Well, I guess I'm going to have to do them over here. And this guy, figured we might as well get all of it done at once. There, that's better. The end was a little light. See, it just gives just the tip. Oh, wait a minute. Get that off of there. Come on. Alright. Now let's get this back in the bottle, and then we'll fire up the heat gun. That's good. Cover Easy peasy. Back on there. Okay. So I then would take, let's see, I think it goes like so, and cut this out. But I've already gone ahead and cut one out so that we don't have to take any more time to do that. All right. Then I also cut out using some of the silver and gold specialty paper that's got the little ribs on it. That is on the last chance, so you can still get it. And I also die cut the center for the flower. And I did a couple of the leaves using the same technique as I did with this. I only did the stamp that has the details on it. So just 2 leaves. So I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to try gluing this on before I put the flowers on. Wish me luck. Oh, good. I was worried that that bottle of ink or bottle of glue had been open for a while. It was going to give me trouble. Okay, I don't want to put this right over to the edge, but I do want to have the bottom right down here at the bottom. So just hold that for just a couple seconds so it grabs. Okay, now I would like, is there one bigger than the other? Well, maybe this one. This one's going to go up here. This one is going to go, I can never figure out which is top and which is bottom. This looks like it might be bottom. It's going to go over here. And I'm just going to put this other one like it's a bud coming off, like so. Alright, I like the placement of those, so I'll get a little glue on here. I'm going to kind of try to pull up the edges of this flower just a smidge, and I only put the glue kind of in the center. And I'm going to put the leaves on next, I think. I'm going to put one over here. Then we can fit this last bud on. Let's see. I'm going to go down with it. And this one will go up here. Hopefully, oh, I'm running off the camera, aren't I? Sorry. I think I'm gonna try moving you a little bit. I'll bring you down just a smidge there. Okay. This I will put a little dimensional behind. Let me get this out of the way here. Are those big enough? I think I better go with the mini. I have a fresh package of these. I probably shouldn't have done that, but oh well. I think I've got a few left on my other one. There we go. And then we are going to glue this. Now, as you can see, this is slightly warped from heating this up, so you're going to have to make sure I get good glue across there so that it will lay down flat. Put an extra. And I stick my finger in it. There we go. And this, again, is 1/8 of an inch smaller than the green. Hi, Shar. Thanks for sharing. Welcome. There. And now the inside is going to have, this is 3 by 4 1/4. This is 3 1/8 by 4 and, what would that be, 3/8? I gotta look it up here. 4 and 1, 2, yep, 3/8. Let's see if I feel which way this needs to go. This way. Okay. And again, with the making sure I got extra glue in there to get that to lay flat. I think we got it. Okay, and now we could get this out of the way. We could add a couple of these on in here. Let me know what you think. Put 3 in each corner on the top. Ah, quit sticking to my fingers. What do you think? Should we add that? I can see that buckled up again. I need to hold this down for a second. Oh boy. Why don't I get my... Alright, where did I go with my take your pick tool? I got the cover here. Oh, here it is. Yes, add them. Alrighty. I'm going to just put a dot of glue down. I think they're really sweet. Turkey. All right. All right. No wonder I'm having problems. Let's put the reading glasses on. Sheesh. Oh my gosh, so much better. Okay. I had 9 of them on the front of the card to begin with. Boy, these little guys take up more room than I thought they are. They don't want to let go. There. I had them in here, just sort of interspersed. That just doesn't want to. I think I need to put a book over the top of it. Get it to stay. I had put a bunch of them on, and it just seemed like it was too busy. I had, like I said, I had 9 of them on there. I'm like, oh, I think that's too much. So I took them off, and I actually had done the inside. Here's mine. First one that I did in green. But then I thought, well, why don't you just emboss it? I think it just makes it so much more classier when you emboss it. So that is our first card. I could put some rhinestones in here if you think it needs some of the little tiny ones maybe. Or we can just put some tiny ones up above, like here, here, and maybe here. I'm going to go with that. Like so. There, that does look nice. Alright, the next one we're going to make is, again, using the embossing folder in a little different application. Get these two up here. Grab the next one. Get some of this stuff out of the way. I don't need my pen out here anymore. Okay. This one's done in strawberry slush. And we're going to use some of these pretty strawberry slush and pretty in pink gems with this one. Get these out. And we're going to use some of the Stella. Okay. Get this out. So this is again a standard 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Okay. And then we are going to use some of this really pretty DSP with it. The back is this really pretty as well. Nice for background, but we are going to do this. I took and that just went on the floor. I took the, get this, and let's see, this white piece is 4 by 5 1/4, and I took this and cut it out first, and then I ran it through the embossing folder. So just to catch you up there. All right, so the idea is we want to put this on here so that this guy is going to go over the top, but I'm going to want to pop up this piece. So what I ended up doing is putting the glue around this. This is the back side. Make sure I got it the right way. I'm going to lay this on here. Boy, I'm I'm telling you. There we go. So that I'm covering the hole that I've made. I don't know if there's an easier way to do this. This is just what I figured out. We got it. Okay. And then I'm just going to flip this over. And I'm going to line this up how I would want it. And then just lay it down and pick this back up. And just, it is a little cockeyed, so I'm going to straighten it just a little bit there. Okay. So this is going to be popped up. So it is the reason why I went and grabbed some more of the mini glue dots, because the edge around here is ideal if you need to have a lot of stickiness and you don't want it to buckle. Oops, let's get it the right way here. Good thing I looked at that. So I'm going to see if I can get this off of here. There we go. I have to flip it around. It's a little long. And I have to cut a little bit off. I'll just put that up there. And I think I'm going to go with the side. I think that's a little narrower. Talk about using up all your... This side is just a little bit wider. Than this side. Go this way. There. And then I'm just going to stick a couple of the small ones in the corner just to make sure that we don't have anything bent down. And one and one. Okay. I know it looks like a lot on there, but but it really helps hold it. I too many times have gone ahead and just put glue the dots on and haven't been very happy with the outcome. So you use up all those extra strips. Okay. Voila. Oh, I was going to do something on that corner. You know what? I think we can probably still do it. I wanted to add just a little bit of soft seafoam on the corner here. You'll see why when we get further along here. There's just enough on there. Oh, the squeaky desk. Okay, that's good enough. Just a little bit. Now, let's see. This this is going to go across. I actually went ahead and stamped and cut out flowers in pretty in pink and oh gosh, what's the purple? Fresh Freesia, sorry. So on the leaves though, let's use this. The leaves I did in the soft seafoam and garden green. And I'll show you what I did for those. My little centers here. Don't want to lose them. I took the, where's my, here we are. I took the soft seafoam, the detailed stamp, and I put that down full strength, like so. And then I went back, wash that off, with garden green, and you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, that's going to cover it up. But it doesn't, because I stamped off twice before I stamped on the leaf. So, 1, 2. Get this turned around here. And I didn't do a very good job there, but once that dries, you can still see just a slight bit of that design behind it. Could have done a much better job of lining that up. Let me try another one. Yeah, there's something on it. Try that again, Jean. See if I have better aim. Yeah, there was better. I just wanted a lighter colored green, but because the garden green is awfully dark, I think. And this, I thought, worked out pretty well to do it that way. Just stamping it off twice before you go over the top of it. Alright, so I would like to put these flowers up in the corner. And this one I don't like because when I die cut it left too much white on this side, so I'm going to give it a little bit of a haircut. Just on that one side. There, better. Makes it more even. So we are going to put one of these up here. One is going to come down here. And we are going to put, wait a second, there we go. That's the color we want. And I'm going to turn up these petals, cup them up a little bit. Like so, and you know what I'm missing? I am missing a couple of little they're not in there. I use I gotta see if they're inside. Oh, doggone, it's not. Alright, Guess what? We're going to have to do a little die cutting here. Some cherry cobbler. I thought I had some out here, but I guess just need a little piece. There we go. And I like this set because it gives you 2 of these, so you can knock them out fast. All right, let's do those quickly, and then we can get this finished. Come on, cooperate here, Jean. I just think these little guys make a nice little accent. Okay. And I do like to stick on my mat. There. Okay. Back to this. One there. One down here. And I'm going to put, I think I'm going to put the Wink of Stella on the flowers now. It's a little difficult to put it on once you have the centers put on. I want to do something with the centers that I cut out as well before we stick them on the flowers. I like how the Wink of Stella kind of makes the colors pop. I keep wanting to go off camera. I'm so sorry. I wish there was a voice thing so you could yell at me. Cover, cover. All right. So on the centers, I have, let's see, I got 2 different kinds. And I did the brown one, and okay. So this was done with crushed curry for the detail, and then I used pecan pie, and I stamped off once. These are both pecan pie, first and second, for those. And I thought, if you see on the DSP, there's a dark ring around some of them, and I thought, oh, we can do that. So I'm just going to take, I think I'm going to use this other end, my little scrap piece back. I'm just going to kind of put that ring around the edge. Just adds a little something. And then we will pop them up on the flowers. Well, I'm telling you, I'm getting warm down here now. I guess I'm concentrating. Wasn't happening this afternoon though. Okay, and then this guy. There. And this was using the SU100, like the skin tones, the darker brown. I picked up a couple of those because I really didn't have anything that was a dark brown. Okay, now I just think those are too big. Sorry. I almost wish the Wink of Stella was just a little bit darker. Sometimes it's hard to see the sparkle. I could see it, but I guess I wish it was more. Okay, so this one goes on here. Good Lord, I couldn't remember if I took all the covers off of them. All right, so here and here. And I'm just going to put the glue in the center again. And I'll bring that over. Turn it slightly so it doesn't go beyond the card. Sorry if my hair was getting in the way there. Okay. I see I did it in that pink, and I did not like it, the pretty in pink. There wasn't enough contrast. So then I got the strawberry slush out. I have to hold that in. And these guys, I just thought I would just possibly slip them in. Possibly. Might decide not to. Where did I go with my... Let's try one on this side. I do like dry placing my stuff before I glue it down. Learn from experience. How many times I tried something and thought it was going to be a great idea, and then when I slipped it in, I didn't like it. What do you think? Let me know if I should glue those in or not. And we are going to take this piece of white cardstock that is 3/4 of an inch by 3.5. And this is a piece of strawberry slush that is 7/8 by 3 5/8. We're going to be matting this on top, and I'm going to be stamping in strawberry slush. I appreciate you. Okay, I gotta get my head kind of over this. And it is just the right size, as you can see. set that aside. I'm going to glue that on there. And we're going to glue this across here. We're going to put one dimensional in the center so it does not drop. And then just put a little glue on each end. So I get a yay for the flowers. Okay, I will tuck them in then. Okay. I think I gotta use my fingers to get them underneath. There. And there. And I don't know what I did without the take your pick tool. That is the handiest little thing for getting into the little nooks and crannies. Oop, get in there and stay. Yeah, it's down. Okay, front almost done. And where did I go with my strawberry slush? We are going to put one of these on each end in the center. Like so. Okay, and one up above. And this corner. Front is done. And the inside, I gotta look and see what I did. Okay. The inside I stamped so very much. And then I took the fresh freezer and I stamped a flower on each corner up here. I gotta find my flower. This is the big one, I think. Yes, that's the big one. Oh, where'd it go? Well, I blind in one eye and can't see out of the other, I guess. Be jiggered. There it is. Okay. I always have a hard time when I just put these on willy-nilly, figuring out the second part of it. And I'm going to take this off so I don't have any problems. Okay. Oh, come on. Oh, I got a mess here, let me tell you. Alright, so before I put the second thing on, I need to figure out, is it this way? No. That way, okay. Stamp off. And there's one. Now is this? Yes. Okay. And then the center I did in the crushed curry. Yes, do I have a mess? Let's see. Let's just do a little cleanup here. If I put them back, thinking that I didn't have to stamp. I did, but I do. Suddenly dawned on me. There's one. Whoops. Okay. Full strength, the one that's got the details. And step off. Doesn't show up with a lot of color, but it's there. I'm no longer white. Okay, let's pop that in. And I'll take that so I don't lose it. Stick it back on the sheet. And let's get it card back. Make sure I don't have any ink on my fingers. Always a good thing. I'm glad you like it. I'll have to go back and check all the comments. I got so involved here with making these cards that I completely forgot to check the comments. There we are. And here's mine. I went over this twice, I think, with the... It doesn't look bad. I think it's about the same intensity. Okay, and then this was our other one that we made. Get that up there. So, those are our two that we made tonight. And that will be what we'll be doing our drawing on Tuesday night. So if you're watching this in the replay, make sure you leave a comment of some sort so that I can add you on. I'm glad you like these cards. Okay, now do you want to see what we made this afternoon during our workshop with Stampin' Up? I am excited to show you what we made. I'm going to pop these down in my little corner here that I keep the cards for our next drawing. And I can't stand all the little paper things that I end up with. Okay. First item, I'll show you the set to begin with. It's Peace on Earth. This will be coming out in September. In the September to December mini catalog. I like it because it has really nice sentiments that aren't specifically Christmas. You can use them. You can use them for Valentine's Day. You got sympathy. Hope you feel well. Christmas. Heartfelt prayers. It's just a really nice set. And then the dies are right here that go with it. So you get the 2 doves and a couple of, these are standalone dies, all of them. So it's just the sentiments, and the sentiments fit in these so nicely. Ooh, I got a little extra one that I cut out. Don't want to chop it off. It also comes, this is the suite. It comes with this embossing folder. Now this is not a, this is a 3D embossing folder, but it is not a hybrid where you would put that that die in here. You would not do that. This is just going to kind of show you where you need to place your die cut image, or if you cut it out, where you would line up the die to cut out, or line up the I guess you'd cut out first and then you would put the die cut, or the, excuse me, the embossing folder on there next. Okay, what else comes with this is, let's see if I can lay my hands on everything. There's some ribbon. This is really pretty. It's got silver threads running through the ribbon, and then it has these little slubs off the side, these little loops off each side. And it's a very thin ribbon, and it ties really nice, very easily. It's not stiff, or you're able to, and it's, you can see the silver on both sides. So it doesn't matter which way, if you're tying a bow, there's not a right and a wrong side to it. And then the embellishments that go with it are these little flowered blue flowers. And they are very thin. They are like plastic. They aren't foamy, they're plastic. I think I showed this to some of you when we were all together. Was that just last month? Seems like it's been longer than that. Woo. Okay, first item. Oh, and then the DSP. Oh, gee. Here's the DSP. And then there's glimmer paper that go with it. That is in 3 shades. Blue, it says dark gray and soft green, but I think it's supposed to be Secret Sea. It's pretty. It goes, matches the paper and everything really well. And the paper has some beautiful fronts and backs, and just got a lot of little scraps here. Let's see. What's that one? This one has a pretty grid mark on the back. I think we used quite a bit of the paper. We didn't use any of the ones with the doves on it, though. There's a light one and also a dark one that has the doves right here. And then this is a really pretty background paper. Okay. So now I've shown you all the product. Let me show you what we made. The first one that we made was an easy peasy one, just using 3 strips of the different DSP. We did a little sponging or blending of balmy blue on it. And then just added the cutout there and some of the gems. And this does not have a sentiment on the inside. I can't remember if any of them do. The next one we also made the envelope for, which I thought was so cool. And that is this one. Oops. Here. And this one opens like so. I think this one's really cool. I like this paper that has a little tiny white flower in it. It's very sweet. So now I know how to make an envelope, which I'm really excited about. I just never tried it. This is the third item we made, and it's got a little pocket in it that you can put a note in. And this is using just a little bit of the DSP and some of the glimmer paper, and then we just embossed a little tiny piece right here. This doesn't have anything on the inside. And the last item we made was a box, and that's this one right here. And this, I can open it up, it was really easy to make. I liked it because it flips open like so, which I thought was an interesting box. I had never made one like that, and it was super easy. In fact, I think when they put the box together, they put the flaps on the outside, but I thought they looked kind of cool tucked in, and then just adding the ribbon around it. So that is what we made this afternoon. And we got one sneak peek of one of the suites that is coming out in another suite that's coming out in the new catalog with the paper, and they showed us all kinds of cards that were made, cards and designs, and they really talked a lot about scrapbooking and how you can intertwine. There's a scrapbook set that goes with this set actually, and I'm going to have trouble getting this tied again because I cut the ribbon shorter. Oh, I think I got it now. Yes, I do. There. Okay. So that's what I got for you tonight. I hope you liked it. Yeah, the blue colors are really pretty. Now let me look back and see if there's any other questions or things. You're making wedding flowers? How's it going, Char? Pity you. Man. I hope you don't have to stay up late doing it. I'm going to be thinking about you out in the heat tomorrow. Hi, Caroline. I'm glad you like them. Welcome, and thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. And I hope you liked what I showed you. So I will be back on Tuesday evening at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. And we will do the drawing for one of the 2 cards that we made tonight. One of these 2. And I will be happy to mail it to you. And I will get the card out in the mail on Monday to you, Nancy. This one that we made on Tuesday. So thank you very much. Stay cool, you guys. And I will see you on Tuesday. And thank you so very much for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. Thank you. Good night.